of the Civil Air Patrol?
Okay, so the Civil Air Patrol is it's an Air Force auxiliary program. It's one of the legs of the Air Force, but it's strictly a volunteer program, and it opens up the volunteers to the youth as well, from ages 12 and up, basically. And the whole premises of the Civil Air Patrol is to teach them leadership skills, to teach them aerospace education, and now we've included with the aerospace education a lot of STEM things like computers and drones, those sort of things. And then we also teach them about search and rescue. So whenever there's a missing airplane, typically the Air Force contacts the Civil Air Patrol, and they'll team up their teams to go look for a missing airplane or a down airplane in those type of circumstances. The cadets are able to go on those type of missions as well, so it gives them some hands-on training. But we also do a lot of volunteer events, just like this one, for example, and we'll get to go to air shows and all sorts of things that there's some big perks that we get to do with Civil Air Patrol as well.
So what age do they start off? Can they join?
Yeah, so the minimum age is 12 years old, so right in middle school, and they can continue in the program up until they're 21. And once you're 21, you can do the adult side of the program, which is what I do. And there's all aspects of the program as well that you can actually help the unit at, which is everything from finance to logistics to operations and even safety and things like that. So my specialty is specifically the cadet program side of things, which just continues the leadership training for them and helps them to get up in the airplanes too. That's one of the things that they get access to is pilot training behind single engine airplanes and things like that.
So if I can ask a question,
sure.
To you guys. So what's some struggles that you guys kind of have to go through the process of the Air Patrol, and some of the good things that you guys also have?
See, some of the struggles that we really go through is going from a follower to a leader, because you have to learn the leadership side, and that's falling on the other people. So if I'm leading him, I have to learn those skills and make sure I'm giving him the right information to give him. A good side is, again, we're allowed to fly, we're allowed to go to air shows, and we get to help our community. That's that I like to do, is to help our community the most.
You can also take what you learn and apply it to your future. So like job interviews, we have review boards, and they ask you questions based off of what you know. And you can use that in your personal life and in future life as well. It gives you more confidence to be what you want to do.
And is this a nonprofit?
It is a nonprofit organization. We get some of our funding from the Air Force, but that really goes towards like the airplanes that we are able to use, some of the vehicles and things like that. So they'll provide those things, but our unit is in charge of generating its own money to cover the cost for its building and all that sort of stuff as well. So, but yeah, I mean, it's as far as the resources for the education aspect of things, yeah, it's funded very well from the Air Force. So they give us they'll give us radio control airplanes to learn how to fly and drones to learn how to build and all that sort of thing. So it's a pretty cool program when it comes to that sort of stuff. There's also a competition that happens every year called Cyber Patriot, which teaches computer skills to the cadets to learn how to figure out vulnerabilities in network systems and things like that. And Civil Air Patrol, our units tend to come up on the top in that national competition because of just the experience from all different facets. From, you get volunteers like myself that might have computer backgrounds, and they'll come in and they'll mentor a team to go through the competition and things like that.
So where do how can I explain it? Is it available for all kids throughout the whole country?
Is
it just California?
So California alone has 69 or 68 different units up and down the state. And nationwide, I forget the amount that they have, but there's a Civil Air Patrol unit pretty close to wherever anyone is. They're typically located at airports or on Air Force bases and different military bases as well. So there's a Civil Air Patrol unit anywhere, really. Inland Empire alone has one at March Air Force Base, one in Hemet, one in Corona, one in Riverside.
Oh, wow.
And so we're scattered all over the place.
Is there anything that you would change so far? Like if you guys could change something that's in the program, make it better?
Not really. I think